Good morning, children. Today, class for 8th class. Subject is biological science. Children, we are discussing about the world of microorganism part 2. Okay, the world of microorganisms part 2. Okay, we discuss about the antibodies, vaccines, hmm? and that one the role of microorganism in increasing soil fertility. Today we are discussing about the how the microorganism causes various diseases to the human beings, animals, and plants. Okay, the microorganisms which causes diseases are called as pathogens. What? The microorganisms that causes diseases are called as pathogen. You know that when some microorganisms are friendly to us, means useful to us. Some microorganisms foe to us. Foe means nothing but enemies. Means nothing but the disease causing microorganisms come under foes. Means nothing our enemies. Why? Because nothing but they cause severe diseases and harmful diseases to us. So the disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. So diseases are transmitted through one person to the another person through the air, and some diseases are transmitted by the water. Some diseases are transmitted by the mediators, means వాహకాల ద్వారా, such as vectors, such as mosquitoes, దోమల ద్వారా. Okay, so today we are discussing about the some of the diseases and their transmission. Okay, the diseases that are transmitted by the air from one person to another persons are called as airborne diseases. For example, tuberculosis diseases means TB diseases. TB means in TB disease we observe that difficulty in breathing and continuously cough, అంటే కంటిన్యూస్ దగ్గు వస్తుంది. ద లంగ్స్ ఇన్ అవర్ బాడీ సివియర్ affected. So the bacteria, TB bacteria, tuberculosis bacteria is responsible for this one, and this disease, TB disease is transmitted by the air. What? Air, గాలి ద్వారా వ్యాపిస్తుంది. Which one? Tuberculosis. Not only that one, common cold. So this common cold also transmitted by the air only, గాలి ద్వారా, జలుబు. Okay, so this is also transmitted by the air. Next, the disease such as swine flu, that are also transmitted by the air only, transmitted by the air only. So these are the some of the diseases that are transmitted by the air. So not only that, nowadays we listen about the COVID-19. So this coronavirus also transmitted to one person to the another person by the air only. So normally when you sneeze or cough, and sneeze means tummadam, coughing means daggadam, at that time some millions of microorganisms are released into the air. So when you sneeze forcefully, మనము గట్టిగా తుమ్మితే, so the germs means the microorganisms can travel up to 1 meter distance also, 1 meter distance also, and the persons who are situated in that circumference area, that persons will easily affected by the disease. So that's why when you sneeze or cough, compulsory we have put a kerchief in front of our mouth. Okay, next, The diseases that are spread through water are called as waterborne diseases. Normally, the disease such as the typhoid, next cholera are transmitted, and amoebiasis. Amoebiasis is nothing but loose motion and vomitings. So, not only that one, jaundice means pasarikalu. All these diseases are transmitted by the water only. Okay, the diseases such as typhoid, cholera, amoebiasis, jaundice, all these diseases are transmitted by the water only. Next, some of the diseases are transmitted through the mediators. Means nothing but the vectors such as mosquitoes అంటే వాహకాల ద్వారా మస్కిటోస్ ఈ దోమలు కూడా వ్యాప్తి చెందిస్తాయి వ్యాధులను. సో especially most of the diseases are caused by the bite of female anopheles mosquito. Most of the diseases are transmitted by the which mosquito? Female anopheles mosquito. So which diseases are transmitted by the mosquitoes? Dengue, malaria, chikungunya, and Japanese encephalitis means బోధకాలు. అంటే ఒక్కొక్క సమ్ పర్సన్ చూస్తుంటాము కాలు అనేది ఉబ్బి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, దట్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ జపనీస్ ఎన్సెఫలైటిస్. ఓకే, డెంగీ, చికన్గున్యా, నెక్స్ట్ మలేరియా, జపనీస్ encephalitis are transmitted by the what? Vectors such as mosquitoes. And you know that one some diseases means harmful disease such as smallpox, chickenpox, measles, mumps means nothing tattu, ammavaru. Okay, these all diseases are transmitted by the virus, and these are transmitted by the air also. Okay, suppose when we take a vaccine, we can prevent these diseases. Which one? Smallpox, chickenpox, measles, mumps, polio. Okay, sometimes asking which diseases can be prevented by the vaccination. Which disease? Smallpox, chickenpox, measles, mumps, polio, hepatitis can be prevented by the vaccination. Okay, vaccination. And which diseases are transmitted by the air? Tuberculosis diseases, common cold, and smallpox, and some viral diseases are transmitted by the air. Which diseases are transmitted by the water? Typhoid, cholera, amoebiasis. Okay, which diseases are transmitted by the mosquitoes? Dengue, malaria, chikungunya, Japanese encephalitis. Nowadays we observe that one most of the diseases are caused by the vectors అంటే వాహకాలు such as mosquitoes and house flies. So we should take care that the water should not be stagnated in our local area. Stagnated means nothing but నిలిచి ఉండకుండా చూడాలి. Okay, that's why we sprinkle some kerosene oil in the drains. Okay, and use all out Mortine like mosquito repellents in our home. Not only that one, apply odomos like creams on your skin. Next, use mosquito nets at the doors and windows. So these are some precautions you should prevent from the mosquito bites. Okay, Next, the microorganisms can also diseases to the animals also. Which diseases? Anthrax diseases. Anthrax. This disease affected to mainly sheep, goats, and sometimes cattle also. And in sheep, we observe there are blue tongue diseases, neeli naluka vyadhi. And you heard the word gali kuntu vyadhi. Okay, mouth and foot disease in cattle means especially this disease spread in rainy season means when the moisture content is very more, it spread to the cattle. And microorganisms also some diseases to the plants also, such as citrus canker, nimma gajji tegulu. It is caused by the one type of bacteria. The bacteria valla vastundi. When you observe the leaf and the citrus fruits, upon that one we observe that spots like rust, తుప్పు పట్టిన మచ్చల్లాగా ఉంటాయి. And a red dot of sugar cane. When you cut the sugar cane stem, we observe the blood color spot in the sugarcane stem. So this disease is spread by the fungi. Which one? The red rot of sugarcane. And groundnut ticka disease. Upon the surface of the groundnut leaves, we observe small spot. This disease also caused by fungi. And tobacco mosaic disease. This means it causes to the tobacco crop, and this it is caused by the virus. And paddy's smut disease. It is also caused by the fungi. So these are the some of the diseases that are caused to plants. Bacteria, fungi, viruses can cause diseases to plants also. Okay. Next we are discussing about the one of the famous person. His name is Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur was born in a village of France country. At childhood, his aim was to become as good teacher, but his interested subjects were mathematics, physics, and chemistry. When he showed interest in mathematics, physics, and chemistry, he wanted to become researcher. In ancient time, he observed one of the problem is nothing but a spoilage of wine. Spoilage of wine. He find the reason for the spoilage of wine. Later, he conclude that the microorganisms only responsible for the spoilage of wine. When we heat the solution at the time, we can easily kill the vines. In this way, he lead to introduce one of the new technique is called as pasteurization. What? Which technique? Pasteurization technique. Nowadays, we use this pasteurization technique to preserve the milk for a long period of time. So in the pasteurization process, the milk is heated up to 72 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds time and immediately cooled immediately cooled. Okay, the process in which the milk is heated up to 72 degrees celsius temperature for 15 to 30 seconds time and immediately chilled. It prevents the growth of microorganism. This process is called as pasteurization process. So not only pasture introduces pasteurization process, he saves so many wine industries in France. He find the reason for the anthrax disease. He discovered the vaccine for the rabies disease that is caused by the dog bite. Okay, in ancient time, many people died due to the rabies disease that is caused by the dog bite. Louis Pasteur successfully found the or discovered the vaccine for the rabies, and he knew the reason for the loss in silk industry in France and give particular solution for the silk industry and save the silk industries in France. So Louis Pasteur was multi-talented person. He discovered pasteurization process. He found the vaccine for the anthrax, vaccine for the rabies vaccine, and he prevent the diseases in silk industry. So that's why we have to appreciate the efforts of Louis Pasteur in science. In science, you might have listened about that one, food poisoning. అంటే ఆహారం విషతుల్యం కావడం. Sometimes in television or newspaper you hear that some people due to food poisoning hospitalized and some persons are died. So what is the reason for the food poisoning? When one of the bacteria named Clostridium botulinum. Which bacteria? Clostridium botulinum. When this Clostridium botulinum bacteria entered, when the bacteria, which bacteria? Clostridium botulinum enter to our food, means it releases toxic substances in the food material. So this bacteria, which bacteria? Clostridium botulinum bacteria is responsible for the food poisoning, or food poisoning also called as botulism. What? Botulism. And children, you know that one microorganisms only responsible for the spoilage of food. అంటే ఆహారం కుళ్ళిపోవడానికి మేజర్ రీజన్ మైక్రోఆర్గానిజం. Next, what should we do to prevent the rotting process or spoilage of food from the microorganism? Simply, we can perform the pickling process. అంటే ఊరగాయలు వేయడం. Next, how do we preserve the fishes? By adding salt or smoking process. Yes or not? And we stored the fruits in the jellies and jams. Means we add more sugar syrup to the pieces of fruits and vegetables. So adding of more salt also prevent the growth of microorganism. Adding of more sugar also prevent the growth of microorganism. And the heating process also stops or prevent the growth of microorganisms. Okay, or preserving the food material in very least temperature. means 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. When we preserve the food material at 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, we can store them for a longer time. Okay, so this is about the microorganisms. Children, one time carefully listen all lesson. Next, carefully read the concept of the lessons, and especially you have to concentrate upon the keywords. Some new words are introduced, the diseases names and bacteria names. Okay, and scientist efforts. You should concentrate upon everything. Okay, in this lesson you have to concentrate upon the useful effects of the microorganism, harmful effects of the organism, and medical uses of microorganisms, and the scientist effort to discover vaccines, means how the vaccines works, and that one human the diseases that are spread to the human beings by the microorganisms, animal disease, plant disease, and food storage techniques. Okay, children, thank you.